it's Zach, aka Zach's Reviews. We are back again with another video, and I'm with my bro Jamie. We just got out of the Batman. Guys, if you're new here to the channel, I already did my spoiler-free review up on the channel. This is the spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the Batman, come back here, go check out my spoiler-free review, and then come back here for our spoiler review. But I'm going to let my bro Jamie go first on what he liked about this movie. What did you like, Jamie? You were very optimistic about this movie because of Robert Pattinson and his work with Twilight.
I was not optimistic at all because he was great in Harry Potter, and I felt bad when he died. When my fiance put me through Twilight, she made me happy he died.
See, that's the thing. So, that's what I meant by he was very optimistic about how he thought that walking into that this movie wasn't going to be good because of Robert Pattinson. But as I told him, in his past work in indie films, he's been really great, and I knew he was going to knock this out of the park. I didn't second guess it when I saw those trailers. I knew this movie was going to be, I knew it was going to be dark. I knew it was going to be gritty. I knew it was going to be, very emo-ish. I knew it was going to be the traditional Batman that we know from the comic books, very noir, and this movie is very noir, like the mystery vibes. It's a very mystery movie, that's for sure.
Yeah, it actually felt like a detective film rather than just Batman beating up a bunch of people.
Exactly, and that's what I feel like is also good because this separates any Batman to the previous Batman. Matt Reeves really separates his universe away from Christian Bale's universe and away from freaking, of course, Christopher Nolan's Batman films. This world's Gotham is totally different than Christopher Nolan's world's Gotham.
Completely.
Because, that's more a real world take. That's more of a real world Batman with Christian Bale. This is more comic book.
I just like to point out that I love the Christian Bale films.
Same.
I have never seen any Ben Affleck film with him playing Batman.
Yeah, the only thing he's really been in, Ben Affleck, is BVS and the Justice League movie. That's pretty much it. He never got his own movie. Actually, fun fact for people that don't know, Matt Reeves was actually supposed to direct the Ben Affleck film, but he didn't like how it was connected to that universe, so he chose to do his own film with WB, and it was, the Robert Pattinson's Batman. And I think, honestly, that was the best choice because this gives you your free realm without having to deal with the Justice League or that universe. You just get to start from scratch and build your own universe, and I think this was the best possible way he did this. I'm so happy Matt Reeves got to do his own film because no one got to direct his filming way, and he just could start from scratch. I thought that was amazing.
I'm reading what the theater says about it. With Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne is the Batman, a vampire bat in other Justice League news. Ketananji Brown Jackson. I have no idea.
I don't know what that is either, but what was your favorite part of this movie?
I liked that one bit where they finally caught Riddler.
That was cool.
And then the interrogation scene, you could just see how insane this guy is. And then the final scene with the Riddler and Joker. We don't know if it's Joker, but if it is, I'm all for it.
Actually, crazy thing is that actually is Joker in the film. That actually is the one dude that plays Druig in Eternals. He's playing Joker. For people that didn't know, Druig from Eternals is playing Joker. I don't know his name.
The guy who looked like the Justice League Barry Allen?
Yes.
Oh.
He is going to be playing, Joker in the future because they already confirmed that they are working on the script for the second film of Batman.
I am excited.
I'm excited.
Honestly, I'm hoping it's got a similar feel to this, as a detective film. I loved how it wasn't just action; it was the detective work. The problem with the Batman TV series and the Christian Bale Batman series is that the cops were always with Batman. They were always with him until the third film, but immediately here, Batman's only got one friend. And that just worked so well to the overall script.
Yeah.
And just even the emo hairstyle of Batman, which honestly...
They were going for that Kurt Cobain look. They were going for that, noir, dark, gritty, emo look. He is...
You look like me when you first met me.
He looks like... I love it because, he is, detached from his reality of Bruce Wayne. He is just only wants to be Batman. Because this takes place year 2, and I love in the movie where it says Gotham Project Year 2. I love that. That is a real callback to, again, the year 2 comic books and stuff like that, the year 1, year 2 comic books and things. I just love how that is like just a callback to that, and there's callbacks to different various comic books in that they've molded together in this, like the Long Halloween and a whole bunch of different cool things. That I love the elements, especially I love how this is a detective movie more than it is an action movie, and yet this movie isn't for everybody. This movie is specifically made for the big Batman comic book traditional fans. Like, not many people are going to like this because there is action, but yet it's more of a mystery movie because they really need to hone in on the Riddler aspect and him solving the riddles.
When it's just a bunch of fighting, like, it's awesome to see, but then you're just like, what's the overall story? Like, I can't follow along with some stuff like that. Like Eternals, that's one of the problems with the Eternals because they had big fights, but they barely pushed the plot forward until they had that one big like.
See, I liked Eternals. Yeah. I thought that was. I don't know why. By the way, we're outside the theater across the street, so people don't.
Don't worry, that's just Catwoman.
See, yeah, it's just Catwoman. But Zoe Kravitz. Let's just talk about her, Catwoman.
He was talking about dating her. He wants her number. Zoe, if you're watching this,
I want your number.
Yeah, go out with Zach.
Yeah, but Zoe Kravitz, like I said, even in my spoiler-free review, my spoiler-free review, Zoe Kravitz is amazing. She killed this role. I'm gonna be honest. I understand people's Catwoman. Like, when you think of Catwoman, people think of Jennifer Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I personally think that Zoe Kravitz did a better interpretation of Catwoman. I know they're two different Catwomans, but I think that for the modern day, like, people that watch Batman, they're gonna associate Catwoman with Zoe Kravitz. But I understand, like, the older fans of Batman will think of Catwoman and think of again, Jennifer Pfeiffer as a Catwoman. So I don't know. I think this is my generation's Catwoman of Zoe Kravitz. I just loved her work in this movie. I think she killed this role. She was made for this role.
Catwoman is usually like this, like, seductress who, like, always goes with Batman and just, like, she's always wearing a tight outfit. Technically, she did do all this, but she actually had a deep story. It wasn't just some chick in a leather suit.
Yes, I love that they really...
Not complaining, but
I love how they really show her emotion, show her storyline, and show that she is trapped with this father that doesn't even know she even exists, and and the whole death of her mother.
Simmons from Transformers was the mob boss. That actually makes sense.
Yeah, he was Falcone. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. If I'm correct, yeah. Am I right? What was his name? Yeah,
Falcone.
Yeah, Falcone, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was a big thing.
Carmine Falcone, and that's what I loved, how he played Carmine Falcone, and he gave him depth, along with Colin Farrell's makeup. You couldn't even tell that was Colin Farrell as Penguin.
Oh yeah.
The Penguin, again, like I said, the Penguin killed it. Especially, I love the scene where, like, why am I forgetting his name? It's Batman, and it's why am I forgetting?
Okay, something I'd like to point out. This Penguin actually, like, he reminded me a lot of the Oswald Cobblepot in Gotham. He looked like an older, fatter version of him. Like, he looked like
the makeup was dead on. Like, it was really, really good. And I'm trying to put, like, Gordon. Yes, there we go. Jeffrey Wright's Gordon is really up there with the Gordon that we all know. Like, when people think of, Commissioner Gordon, but doesn't go by Commissioner yet. Guys, as I was saying, we were talking about Commissioner Gordon and how, like, Jeffrey Wright's Commissioner Gordon is, like, different than, the Christopher Nolan's, Commissioner Gordon, but yet he's not commissioner yet. They hint towards that because, like, in this movie, because the commissioner that he used to be partners with ends up dying in this movie, and they kind of hint at the end of the movie that, like, there's a future where he will become Commissioner Gordon. And in this movie, that commissioner, our Commissioner Gordon, aka our Gordon, is the only one that is, like, is vouching for Batman, is the only one that's, like, friends with Batman, and, like, that wants him and, like, to help out with the whole problem with the Riddler and stuff. But I love how this movie starts off where, like,
the cops don't trust him at all. You can see the start of the crime spree with the mayor's death, which
I love how, like, we're seeing, like, through the Riddler's eyes, with the heavy mask breathing and then the binoculars. I don't know if you caught on that, but that's actually, and, like, the little, like, entryway up top, trying to find a way in.
But, bro, like, something I liked in the beginning, where that kid was dressed as a ninja.
Yeah.
It kind of, like, tried to feign us into thinking, Ra's al Ghul.
That's what not gonna lie, when I was first watching it yesterday, I thought that, for some unknown reason, I thought that was, like,
They were gonna show
like they were showing the League of Assassins or some shit. Like that's what I thought we were doing.
Origins, but no.
That's what I feel like that maybe was a hint for, which was clever by Matt Reeves to do a little like red suit ninja thing. I was like, okay, that's pretty clever. Like a little hint. Oh, League of Assassins. I don't know if he meant to do that or not, but I also love how it's like around Halloween time, like in the long Halloween comic books. And you know, this is kind of like people expected like the Riddler would be some sort of calendar man thing, which I thought was funny because I think if I'm correct, a lot of people did not like Riddler's outfit in this movie, but I liked it because they were going for that like Zodiac killer vibe. Like that's what they were going for.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
like, he honestly had had a new look in
like
it.
Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked cool. It looked like he was starting out, and he wasn't. But they couldn't really do a classic Riddler.
No, because it'd be goofy, and that's not the tone of the movie. That they're going for that dark, angsty noir thing. Also, I love the beginning of the movie where we see after we see the Riddler doing killing the mayor. I loved them one moment where like we hear Bruce Wayne for the first time do his talking over, like he's doing his mission log, this and that, like he's doing his like old detective movies, how they used to do that, how they used to would talk over and narrate. Like I love his narration, but they reminded me a lot of Rorschach from Watchmen. You know Rorschach? He sounded like Rorschach. I was like, oh my god, they're doing that, like, because Rorschach did the narration, and he talked like he's like, crimes in the city. It reminded me, it sounded a lot like Rorschach, and the whole, because Rorschach would narrate, he would do his like, he would tell us when the date is and what was going on. But I loved how it gave me like Watchmen vibes, and I feel like that goes back to, again, the roots of like how Matt Reeves like must pay attention to like Zack Snyder and everything like that, because it felt very new, like like Rorschach. I don't know if he likes Watchmen. He's probably seen Watchmen. I don't even know if he's friends with Zack Snyder, but I just felt like it maybe was like an homage to like that, because it felt very Rorschach. I don't know if anybody else felt those vibes, but I love that. I love the vibes. It felt so right that Batman would narrate to us about what was going on in Gotham and how he felt like he was out of sorts with himself.
If they do this with the second film, then I will be beyond happy.
As far as I know, it feels like where they're going with the second film is it looks like the Riddler and Joker are teaming up. That's what it feels like what we're doing in the second film. Oh, yeah. Just by that.
Although, another theory is, if they're trying to do, like, a big, like, third movie, like, maybe it's, like, putting together, like, the Injustice League.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like maybe this is kind of their way of, like, saying, hey, Joker's in here. Oh, there's a possible, they might team up together. I don't know what, exactly if that's what they're doing, but they're just saying maybe that Joker is in this universe. I don't really know, but I feel like that's kind of a hint that they will be the villains of the next movie. I just don't know what's going to happen, especially because by the end of this film, this is the origin of Batman getting his name, the Batman, almost. Like, he's finding out he needs to be more than vengeance. He needs to be more than him having the scars and stuff. Like, he needs to do more. He needs to be a symbol for hope. And we see that in this movie.
Something else nice, no superpowers. No superpowered villains. It was all like madmen.
Also, yeah, Matt Reeves was talking about like how he could bring in someone like Mr. Freeze, but also keep it grounded. He wants to bring in like people like Bane, Mr. Freeze, but like that takes a sense of like realism out of it, because you have it so grounded and it feels very 80s. Like that's what this movie feels like. It feels very like 70s, 80s. Oh, yeah, definitely. I like those vibes.
But honestly, this is the first time they put Riddler in a cinematic world.
Yeah, like a grounded world.
But honestly, a villain I'd honestly love to see is Poison Ivy in a movie.
I could see them possibly pulling that off because it's not too far-fetched in a way, but it's kind of still there.
They did it in the whole Batman live-action film, but honestly...
Yeah, they did it in the George Clooney one, with the bat nipples. And the...
Hashtag free the nipple. But, no, honestly, it looked more like I was watching the start of bad porn.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Matt Reeves will ever go to those characters, because again, you're getting to the power aspect of things, and I think he wants to steer clear of that. I don't know, but he said he wants to find a way to bring them in. I'm just excited that this movie is opening the world where like we want to see more in this universe. We want to see more of like the groundedness, but it's grounded in the way it feels like it's a comic book. Christopher Nolan's Batman movies didn't really feel like a comic book. They just felt like it was a real world, like someone can become Batman and it's real. But this feels like a comic book. This feels like there's a comic sense about this. Like, I've never felt this much comic accuracy in any Batman thing before.
They sort of did the MCU Spider-Man thing where they did not show this hero's origins. Like,
I'm happy they didn't.
Yeah, we've seen it so many times
with, Bruce Wayne's parents dying, him starting out to become Batman. I like how this is, again, year 2, and that's why I love so much is I keep going back to this, but it said Gotham Project year 2, and I was like, yeah, let's go. He's been Batman for a while. He said, even Gordon says, I've known you for 2 years and I still don't know who the hell you are.
Yeah, I like how they established there's a certain time, like, Batman started out as a sort of challenged figure before he became a cool-headed sort of level-headed detective. Like, you could see that he started out as, in the comics, he started out as vengeance, as he said, but
yeah,
it takes a bit for him to become
the symbol of hope and really separate himself from just no ordinary vigilante. It separates him from everybody, wearing a mask and doing things, is the hope aspect. Because that one dude, what really gave this movie a message also is that one of Riddler's followers says, when Gordon says, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm vengeance." And that is exactly what Batman said at the beginning of the movie. And I'm good. He just, that's what separates themselves from that. And I like that. It's like he realizes I need to be more than that, because people could just say, are using what I'm doing. And people are I'm inspiring criminals by me, saying my name is vengeance. Me people think I'm using this as an outlet to hurt people and, scare people. That's not what I want to be known as. I want to be a symbol of hope. Mm-hmm. And we see that at the end of the film. And that's how he gets his moniker of Batman. I need to be a symbol of hope. I like that.
Yeah. And it basically showed that, oh yeah, I meant to say about the suit. The suit is my favorite of all time.
Oh, this is my favorite Batman suit of all of them.
I love the Christian Bale one. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, same. I love this one.
I do miss the razors on the wrists, but I honestly
he actually had razors on the wrist on his forearms. He had them in this movie.
I didn't see them.
Yeah, he had them.
I only saw the Black Widow electrocution thing.
They weren't electrocution things. They were these little darts he could shoot out, but they didn't even do that in the movie. They were just kind of things he could I guess take off and throw as little arrowheads. But I liked it because also it's it really separates itself from the Christian Bale Batman suit, because again that looked more of a tactical military thing, but this looks like things he just put together, things that he knew could withstand things, and you clearly know he built this stuff, not Fox, Louis Fox, in the Dark Knight series, how he would make stuff for Bruce Wayne.
No Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
I almost said Gordon Freeman.
Jesus, but I like how he built his things. Alfred didn't build them, he built them. He was in the middle of building the Batmobile.
The collar thing he had.
Yeah, it was a collar that led into the cowl.
If I find a cosplay of this,
I'm buying one.
Oh yeah,
they're $400 though, the whole thing.
Okay. I am going to like photos of other people cosplaying him.
Yeah, I want to save up for one because I really because I've never really wanted a Batman suit until this movie.
Speaking of cosplay, follow me at InkDoctorWho on Instagram.
Yes, go follow him, guys. But what was your favorite fight sequence of this movie? I already have one. Mine's the Iceberg Lounge. When he first goes into the Iceberg Lounge and he F's everybody's shit up.
I like the one where he turned off the lights and you could see flashes of him fighting.
That was cool too. Yeah, when he goes to try to stop Selena from killing what I always forget his name. Falcone. That was really cool because that was the moment when he realized he had a kid. He didn't know that, he had a kid. He didn't know that until she said, this is for my mother. I was like, oh, damn. But I just love that one when he goes into the Iceberg Lounge and he fights those two twins. And I don't know those two twins' names, but those are the two guys from Teen Wolf. I don't know if anybody even watching this is gonna even know what Teen Wolf is, but they're actually from Teen Wolf, those two twin dudes. But I just love how he just beats the shit out of them, and I love that one scene when he throws that one dude has a bat, that metal bat, and he gets it from him, and then he throws it at that one Narcotics. Kenzie Narcotics, the one dude that was moonlighting as a cop working for the Penguin. He threw it and he broke that dude's nose with that when he threw the bat at him. I was like, damn.
Chelsea?
No, I guess it's Kenzie Narcotics.
Kenzie, that's it.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I also love like the look of the sets. Like the
I guess his name was Kenzie, but he worked in narcotics. I don't know. But
Wayne Manor didn't look like a normal rich person's mansion, Wayne Tower.
It looks like a castle.
That's something I absolutely fucking love.
That's very comic book accurate because it's like you would think that again. The way Gotham looks, and the way Gotham Manor looks, it looks like a castle. It looks like it's very rich people. Got all these things from you know what I mean. It looks like a castle. I just love how they went for not your normal, just regular mansion. They went for the more ancient mansion type look for it. Like Knights at the Round Table, stuff like that. I liked those vibes.
Oh yeah.
They kind of went for that almost in the old Batman movies with Michael Keaton. They kind of went for that look for the manor, and I like how they kind of did it here, but they made it look more like ancient castle-y type stuff. I liked that. I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, I don't know. I mean, I just loved this movie. I loved the action, but I love this movie. Literally is a mystery movie. It is. It's not your typical action-packed Batman movie. This is the Batman movie everybody that has been a Batman fan from the comics has been waiting for. A mystery movie because Batman is a detective. That detective noir movie where you're going against the Riddler and he is a serial killer. That is the best way to bring something from the comic books to life and make it more modern take because he's a serial killer. He's doing all these things and them grounded. I really like it. Also, I like the Catwoman suit, how it's like a biker suit. And it's like a start of her suit and her with the ski mask. It's a start in the right direction for her to get her traditional suit and call herself the Catwoman and all that because she hasn't called herself Catwoman yet. He hasn't called himself Batman yet. He said it's the end of the Batman, but he doesn't really call himself Batman. He says, I'm vengeance. He didn't say I'm Batman. So I'm wondering, even though he does say in the monologue from the old Batman cartoon, I'm vengeance. I'm Batman. You know what I mean? His his monologue that he says, but I'm hoping he will go by his moniker Batman by that one scene where he has to be said, I have to be a symbol of hope. I love that. Mm-hmm. But I just thought this movie was a masterpiece. And also, like I said to you guys, I said I was going to let you guys know by my second viewing if I think this movie is the best Batman movie of all time. And I'm going to say it's the best Batman movie of all time.
Honestly.
Literally. I would say it's better than I know you can't compare them. I still love the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, but if I'm being honest, I like movies that feel like they've been taken from the comic books. So I'm going to say this is the best Batman movie, better than those movies. I understand he was doing a totally different thing, making it more realistic, but I like how they took it from the comic books, but still kept it grounded enough to make it realistic. I like this route a lot better than Christopher Nolan's route. I love this movie. I love this universe.
I still love Christian Bale's Batman films. But
same,
honestly,
but this is better. Hands down the best Batman movie.
And
hands
no
down.
hashtag free the nipple in this one.
Yeah. Okay, so what else do you have to say about it? Anything else?
No, this is honestly my favorite Batman film, and I can't wait for the next one.
How about the car chase scene? You like the car chase scene?
Oh,
that was freaking
yeah.
sick. The Batmobile.
Dude, he looked like a symbol of vengeance. That's what Batman, he basically was vengeance in that scene. You could see that he went too far. He was
pissed.
Dude, he came through the fires like Satan.
Bro, he was pissed. Like he was so pissed.
You could see Penguin didn't see Batman. He saw Satan coming at him.
By the way, our local theater, the sound of it, the sound was not that good. I'm gonna be honest. Compared to Dolby speakers, you think when the Batmobile started up and Hollywood, in our local theater was really shaking.
Oh wait, dude, remember in the theater there was that camera flash?
Yeah, that too. Someone must have been taking pictures in the theater, but I didn't even notice it. I noticed it for a quick second, but I didn't know if that was from the movie or not. But it could have been from someone up top, for all I know, because there were people people talking up top occasionally through the film, which is annoying. I hate when people do that. It's it gets some respect. You know what I mean? It's
They're
stupid.
In a theater for
show some respect. Yeah, people go there and spend money to watch a movie, not to see you flash your camera and then talk the entire time. But
yeah, which honestly, that is a crime. So bat signal.
Yeah. But what I forget. So I was in Dolby yesterday, you could feel your chairs like rumbling when the Batmobile started up. You can really feel that in a regular theater experience. You really want to make sure you go to like a Dolby, because Dolby is all about sound and laser projection for the screen and best picture quality. It was okay for a regular, like, a regular experience to see the Batman, but this movie does need to be seen in like an IMAX format or like a Dolby format, because it shows you the full experience of how a movie should feel. I feel like the regular screenings of movies needs to end, and like we just need to get full on Dolby and IMAX screens everywhere, because like movies really need to be shown in that format to really see the bigger picture and the best quality of a movie. And I really wish you would have saw it in Dolby, because when that Batmobile started up in Dolby, the theater shook.
Yeah, when I go to see Morbius, like I won't be able to see it opening day because I'm gonna be in another state. I am definitely going to like an IMAX or a
You should, because that's the best, honestly, the best the best way to see a movie is in IMAX and Dolby. I do need to see this movie in IMAX again, but like I said, guys, I do think this is the best Batman movie of all time. Some people are saying it's the best superhero movie of all time, and I have to disagree. Like, we've had really good superhero movies. But yeah, I would say this is the best Batman movie of all time. No denying that, but I wouldn't say it's the best superhero movie of all time.
I agree. Best mystery film of all time.
But I want to know what your thoughts are about this movie. Do you guys think it's the best Batman movie of all time? Do you guys think this is the best superhero movie of all time? Because I want to know if you guys think that too. Because my nephew thinks that. And also, I also want to know, what was your favorite part of this movie? And are you guys excited for a sequel? And do you guys think the Riddler and Joker will be the villains of the next movie? I feel like Matt Reeves kind of hinted that they will be the villains of the next movie. I feel like it's kind of like it's stupid that you introduce Joker and it kind of seems like they're going to be friends now, and you don't make them as the second villains of the next movie, because it'd be like because you kind of left it where it's hinted towards like they are going to be the villains. I'm just wondering how they're going to do that with two villains in the next film. I feel like that's too much. I feel like when you're bringing, and why is it always they bring Joker in at the second movie? They always do that.
I know.
I find that very weird. It's like there's other villains Batman has. I don't know why we had to do Joker so early, but I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm excited to see the dude that plays Druig see him and how he plays Joker. That's gonna be interesting, and I'm gonna see how much of control he has over Riddler, because that's gonna be interesting too. He always has an agenda, Joker, so I'm excited to see what he's playing at.
Riddler is really unhinged now, and I can't wait to see where they go with this.
But yeah, guys, that was our spoiler review for, again, the Batman. Let me know down in the comments below if I missed anything else, because we probably did. This movie was 3 hours long. Of course, we probably missed some things. The main takeaway of this movie is I just loved, and the scene I loved was the Iceberg Lounge scene when you first went in there and started wrecking shop. That is the most iconic scene in this movie. I feel like so many people are going to talk about the fight choreography in that scene. It just shows that he is scary, and people are scared of him when he walks in that club, and he's beating the shit out of everybody. It's like people were scared to see him, like, because no one's seen him, and he's like, just this, people are scared already of the bat signal. People, and the people are scared of the darkness, and like the moment when he was walking in the club, people like get beat to shit, and I love that. That's Batman. When he goes in somewhere and people are scared to see him, I love that. I love that. It's cool.
Yeah. And I just like to end off my part in this review by saying, Robert Pattinson, you have redeemed yourself for the god-awful Twilight.
I wasn't bothered by Twilight as much as he was. When I was younger, my older sister
so many fucking times.
Yeah, you got put through your soon-to-be wife. But I didn't mind it because I grew up with like watching Twilight from my older sister Bethany, as you guys I've mentioned here on the channel before. For people that have been a part of this channel before, she watched Twilight. She didn't like how the interpretation of Robert Pattinson's Edward, because of the reason, I guess he's not a very good comparison from the books Edward. But she did like those movies. I liked the werewolf side of those movies. I was always a fan of the Jacob character. I liked that character a lot more than anything else, a part of like the whole vampire thing. I was more of a fan of the werewolf thing. But yeah, other than that, guys, I really want to know what your thoughts are about the Batman. Let me know if you guys liked it. Let me know if you guys didn't like it. Let me know if this is your favorite Batman movie. Let me know if this is the best superhero movie of all time. Let me know also what was your favorite scene. And again, if you're new here to the channel, subscribe to the channel, put on those notifications, like this video. I'd love to have you guys here, a part of the family, a part of the channel. Also, go subscribe over to We Are JK. You know, I've mentioned it here on the channel before. If you guys have been here before, when Jamie's either been on or Ben or Troy.
Soon to be bringing in a lot of cosplay videos.
Yes, he will be doing some Doctor Who cosplay videos for you guys, and he's working on some things. And guys, go follow me on my Instagram and on all my socials. They're gonna be down in the description down below. But guys, that was the Batman review, spoiler review, and yeah, we just loved it.
Yeah,
best Batman movie of all time. All right, hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.